Indeed, it is. So, good morning, everybody. It is June the 2nd, 2021. All I remember about St. Elmo's Fire and that song was that the cutest little saxophone player, Regina, what was her name in high school? Regina, I don't know. She was a cutie pie, though, boy. I remember her. She told my band director, she said, we need to play that. I thought, well, if Regina says it, you dang right we need to. Let's see how we're doing today. So welcome in everybody. Let me close AIM up. We don't need that today. We'll save AIM. Come on, baby, be up a little bit. Let's get back going. Let's see. So we are up a little bit. We are. Gotta open my music up so I'll be ready. Sorry, y'all. I was doing homework. I promised Beth I wouldn't do homework at night, so I'm doing it during the day. Unbelievable. My first dang MBA course at Nebraska is economics, managerial economics. Ugh. Economics. I love economics, though. Everything that we do is economics based. 51, 214.13, right? Cost analysis, benefit, supply, demand. So we are up to date, baby.
Well, we're moving on now. We're moving on up to the side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
How good of a trader do you have to be, y'all, to go 6 months? Well, we've completed 5 months and only be down $346. Huh? I mean, that is amazing. All right, so let's go. And record our little Greekies. Let me find it. I'm still doing economics in my head. Problems. I mean, I like economics. I just don't want to do the problems. All right, so our Greeks are you little money managers, you little portfolio wizards. We're negative delta, negative 31.72. We'll take that. Negative 31.72. Do we have some positive theta? Or as the Australians say, theta, 76.51. 76.51. And Vega is 77.14. Nice. 77.14. So we're looking good, right? Looking good. How much buying power do I have left over? Let's see. Buying power available, 88.19. Let's put that in. 88.19. Get right. 88.19 is what we got left. So I need to copy this formula all the way down, but we'll just copy it one at a time to get it. There we go. So that's the buying power that we're using. Bobby, that's a lot. Things have changed, haven't they? Yes, because we're using 82%. So if I still got, 20% of my buying power left over, I'm good. And no adjustment necessary. So everything looks really, really good. Now, I think what's made the other account so successful, let's pull it up. It's certainly beating the crap out of our main account. Up again, $300 something. Go figure. Okay, let me hide all this. Sorry. Oh, privacy mode. There we go. So I think what's making this successful is, it's got negative deltas today, but I've been maintaining a little bit of positive delta in there. What's that decision based on? That decision is based on this and this alone. So let's go to my volume profile. All right, volume profile. And let's look at SPY on volume profile. I was talking to my daughter Abby. We were out riding around yesterday, and She said, what cartoons did you watch when I was a kid? I said, let me tell you something. I watched one where they had guns, where they smoked cigarettes and cigars, and they drank beers in the in the swimming pool. I said that was Looney Tunes, baby. I said Bugs Bunny, baby. And now, Elmer Fudd can't have a gun. Yosemite Sam, God forbid, he's going to shoot somebody and do a school massacre. So we can't do that anymore. So let's take all the fun out of everything. So we go to volume profile, which I really, 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 really like. And we see, I mean, if I'm making decisions based on this current week, right, for the next 7 days, you remember yesterday? We were under the 20 moving average. We were above the 50 and the 200. Now, where's price? Price is fairly priced, right? It's in the fair zone. It is above the 20, 50, and 200. So I would say that right now, do I have really any concerns this week about the crash happening? No. We're always prepared, right? We always got our hedges on. But right now, I'm not too concerned about it because we're above all the moving averages. Now, when we start going below these, I got a little bit of time, right, before I get concerned to go under 3, and then I'm all of a sudden become bearish. But as you can clearly see, right now, there's no need for you and I to be so focused on being bearish. Let's just go with the flow, baby. What's the flow telling us? We're fairly priced. Price may come back down here, right, down to the 50. And it may come up here, bump its head, but I got a feeling that we're headed up back here based on my moving averages, just based on price movement. Now, I know absolutely positively nothing, but this is kind of how I'm planning my week. That's how I'm planning my week. I'm not seeing signs or signals. I guess one of the things we need to talk to you about is I need to talk to you about the the skew driver, not the screwdriver, but the skew driver. We'll talk about that at some point. All right, so this is just how we're planning. Price fairly priced, everything's good. All right, so now let's go back and see what we need to do. So we don't have a lot of macros on at the moment, do we? Let's go to our macros first. So macros, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on. So I'm going to put a 5th on before we start closing any. I know Tom is doing really, really well with his macros. So based on current volatility levels, the recommended delta is 10. Let's go sell one. Plus, I don't mind, since we got negative delta, and I showed you what my thought process is for the direction of the week. I don't mind going and getting me a little bit of positive delta here. So let's get that. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on, baby. All right, here we go. Give me this. Oh, my eyes are still crusty this morning. I don't have all my lights on. Yeah. All right. So where do we go? Well, just like Thomas found out, we go closest to 60 days without going over. And we go sell us a 10 delta. We are rule followers. So about that, I don't really go by delta on anything other than VIX. I go by probability in the money, so I call it delta. So let's copy this one, the 3650. Copy you, little baby. And let's try to get 1750. We should get filled. I'm awaiting patiently. There she goes. So we got filled for 1750. 58 days out. Why that changes, I have no idea. There we go. All right, so let's do her. Do her, baby. Control V. That's the 3650 put. So it looks like price has definitely gone up since we did this yesterday. Short put. We followed the rules. We did go to the 10 delta, 58 days. 6-2 in the year of our Lord 21. And we didn't get as much premium. Look at there as we did yesterday. We got $17.50. There we go. So now we got about 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little puppies on, right? So we're looking good. And we need positive delta. So we started out with let's see, our deltas were, see if we made any dent in it. Negative 31. Surely we did a little bit of dent. Or at least negative, there we go. Negative 25. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we still got a little bit of option buying power down. Surely, to goodness, we could use $500 of that to put us on a little broken wing butterfly. Which way we're going to go? We're going to go on the put side. Why the put side? Why the owl? The owl is a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. Sorry, I was going back to my FFA days in high school. Why stationed by the owl? I was the president of the FFA, Future Farmers of America. Little did I know I'd be raising cooney pigs, Nigerian dwarf goats. So where am I going to go? I could go anywhere in here, but I'm going to go to one I don't have one on, about 30 days out. And we need positive deltas based on my assumptions for the week. So normally I go about to the 30% probability of being in the money. I could bump that up a little bit, get us a little higher credit. We'll go about 35. Let's be a rebel today. So we'll go 30 days out. First of all, I need to make sure I can find the strikes that I need. Oh man, here's 5 wide on the front side, but I don't see 10 wide on the back side. So I gotta do some finagling. Let me find them. See, I could go up here. That's really farther up than I'd like to go probably. So that give me 5 and a 10. See that? So I'm looking to sell and buy 5 points above it and then sell 10 points below it. So I could do this one. That'll get us a little more credit, probably even over $1. So I can probably do that. So I'm gonna move that to 2. So if we sell that one, that is the 4170. Hold your control key down. We're going to buy, so you hit the ask of 4175. And then we're going to buy the 4160. 10 points below, right? So we should get over $1 for this one, let's see. So that'll be $1.30, $1.25. Let's see if we can get it. We can get her. And only buying power of $377. That ain't bad. We're going to have to adjust. Oh, did it fail? I think it did. Give me a beepity beep, 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 beep. I say, there we go. So we got 4. Nice little credit. Got filled for $1.25. All right, so I'm going to right click here. I'm going to copy that little option, the short option in the broken wing butterfly, and let's go put her in. Let's see. So here we go. 30 days out. SPX. Broken records we are. We do the same thing every day. And my short strike is the 4170. We'll right click, Control V for vitamin. So we are doing the 4175, 4170, 4160 puts. Yeah, baby. And I haven't been filling these in because I'm not sure I even got the price coming in right over there. So I ain't going to worry with it. It takes me too much time. Short put. Not short put, broken wing butterfly. There we go. So our delta was actually, instead of 30 we normally do, we did about a 41. And we did that with 30 days to expiry. 30 days to expiry, as they would say in Great Britain, or Prince Harry would say, living in the United States with that old gal that's about to tore up the monarchy. Leave it to an American. Isn't she an American? Leave it to an American to tear up the monarchy. So we entered this on 6/2/2021.
Well, we did it once before.
Yeah, we did it once before. So Maybe I shouldn't be so upset about them and all the crap that they're saying, even though he doesn't like the First Amendment. What do you get a hold of the second one, dude? Start reading the Constitution. You're gonna really love that second one. One of my favorites is the 22nd Amendment. Everyone, and who knows what that one is? $1.25. So I collected. Thank God for the 22nd Amendment. If not, Bill Clinton would still be president. All right, there we go. So we collected $120.48 on that one. All right, let's see. Days left in trade. Let me make sure I haven't got anything that's expiring today. Current days in trade, days left in trade. So we got something expiring on Friday. Good. All right, so let's go back to our little Kadoo. Abby, turn your little thing down, baby. It's too loud. Daddy's in a session. Lord, these kids.
There.
Thank you, baby. Okay, here's my little black swan hedgie. Boy, that just ain't moving, is it? Come on, baby, get down. We want you to be $1.50. I want to feel that thing. All right, so now our deltas, look at that, y'all. Very nice. We got -10. So I'm in perfect, y'all. I've increased my theta. My vega is okay. My delta's perfect. I mean, other than the fact that our count has been churning, we're doing really good. We're not losing money. We think we're on the path to righteousness now. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's hard to look back and realize all the mistakes we've made this year and to think, oh, woe was me. We don't need to do that. Let's go forward. And let's move my little MES. That's an income trade. All right. So I move that to my income trades. There we go. All right. And my SPX. Make sure we only got the one broken wing butterfly. Yep. So let's call this, we got to create a group, move to group, and I think we're at butterfly 35, I believe. Butterfly 35. There we go. So we all got our little groups. Now, let's kind of look at them, because this is the fun part, right? Just go through and look. Because Greek adjustment is two things. It's putting on new trades, which we put on two positive trades. Let's just look at the one we put on. We put on butterfly 35. So what did butterfly 35 just do for us? Look at this. It gave us positive 10 deltas. It gave us a little bit of negative theta. That's incredible. Negative theta. That ought not be negative theta. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 1, 30 days out. Huh. That ought to be a positive theta trade. Not sure why it's doing that. And a little bit of negative vega. All right. But I wanted that positive vega, so we're good. We're up $5, y'all. Let's close it. All right, so now let's go look and see. Is there anything else that we can close to help us accomplish what we need to do? All right, so all of these hedges are down really big time, right? Down $6,000. Boy, do we stink. That's okay. We got our hedges there for a reason. Our income trades, boy, do we stink. We stink on those. That's because we close positive trades, right? So Disney's giving me a little negative delta there. Let me just look at my Disney, see what else going on. Hey, who's printing? Paper costs money and costs trees. Y'all quit just throwing paper out. All right, let's see this one. That's got -30 deltas. Down $25. But now I'm not sure I'm trusting Thinkorswim. That's positive deltas. It's up 45. Just looking at everything, see if there's something I want to close. Positive deltas up 60. We'll let that go. Negative deltas at a break even on butterfly 33. You're fine. How's our Bane doing? Well, we would expect it to be doing good. Look at this. Why am I doing anything else, y'all? This is up $622 on the open trades. Unbelievable. So up 147 today. That's good. All right. Butterfly 34. Scratch. Butterfly 32 is up. Butterfly 28. Negative delta. That one's down kind of big, right? When's this one expires? This one expires Friday. Nope, that's got 14 days to it. Plenty of time to make a comeback. Calendar. Yee. Boy, Boy, that's giving me a bunch of negative delta though, isn't it? And look, I'm grateful for the positive delta. I mean, for the positive Vegas. So we're not going to close that. How many days I got left on that? Calendar. 14 days on the short. Okay. I'm with you. Butterfly 29 is up. It's giving me positive delta. Butterfly 31, positive delta is up. Gold, y'all. Who said this was such a bad trade? Remember we were down like $700, $800. Look, we're up a couple of days in a row now. So we're only down $400 on that. Quit fighting and fussing before Daddy comes down. All right, my BSH micros. Son, that just is, let's see what that is. All right. Those are in 2 expiries. We checked on that yesterday. BSH1, that's just my 3. I'm waiting to fill my other ones. But look at there, it's up $112. You could close it and take the money and run. But I need the positive deltas, don't I? BSH micros there, 79 bucks. Butterfly 23. This must be the one that is closing this week, Friday. Yep, we got 2 days left on it. Nothing to do but watch. Butterfly 24 gets me negative deltas. It's down a little bit. Butterfly 35 we just put on. BSH 4 gives me positive deltas. I don't need to close that. And the only thing that's unallocated is that buy order that I have, right? Shows that it's showing that I'm using $3,136 of buying power just by having that order on. Not sure that's exactly right either because I took it off the other day. What's this? And my buying power did not go up. So let's just take it off and see if that's indeed the case. Let's just cancel this order. Cancel. Cancel and Gretel went out to the woods. I say we're going to cancel the order. All right, so it canceled it. So you would think my buying power and everything would go up, right? Oh, contraire. I don't see it. So, all right, so we're looking good. So, Butterfly 23. Are you my little butterfly that's coming out in 2 days? Yeah. So why don't we look, and now let's go to the Analyze tab. Under Risk Profile, let's go SPX, and let's just look at our butterfly. So Show All. So we want to hide simulations. Make sure we got none of those pesky little boogers in there. Okay, I said we're going to hide simulation. Single symbol, so we're only looking at SPX trades. Then you start looking at your individual, your individual stuff. So let's say the one that was closing looks like it was a butterfly. Was it 23 or 24? 23 may already be gone. Yeah, let's see. Butterfly 23. Yeah, 23 is the one that expires on Friday. There we go. So let's see what she looks like. Analyze. Butterfly 23. Look at you. You are in the maximum loss zone at expiry right now. But we don't have maximum loss now. I mean, theoretically, I could close it, but maybe we'll get a little move to the downside. What kind of Greeks is it giving me? So it's giving me negative 30 deltas. So if I closed it, I'd be positive deltas all along. It's giving me negative theta at this moment since we're in this area, costing me $500 in buying power. So the loss on it at current price is $195, $210. On expiry or expiration, we're going to be down $310. Now, here, remember what I said? And what did I say? I meant what I said. I said what I meant. Sweet Bobby's word is 100%. So, 2 days left. Do I think that the market is going to come back into the profit zone here? Well, remember, you and I just went through a little exercise, didn't we? What was the exercise? We went through looking at this. So SPX and SPY are certainly interconnected. And our, let's see, that's SPX. Let's go to SPY. We remember what we were talking about. SPY tells us that for this week, we're going to be a little bit neutral to bearish. I mean, neutral to bullish. So am I anticipating a move back down to where I would be profitable with that particular trade? No. So what that tells me is it is a good idea to, hey, Bobby, cut your losses, baby. Take your $200 loss. Don't take a maximum loss on it of 300 or whatever it's going to be, and get out of the dang thing. So let's get out. So did everybody understand that? Now, is this the right decision? Right? Well, we don't know per se. I want that debit to be as small as possible. So let's just see. Let's work it, baby. Work it, work it. And I'll go back and perhaps close it. So I'm basically saying I'm giving up on that little trade. We're basically giving up on that trade. So what was that one? Let's see what the 23 is. I need to start naming them in my spreadsheet so that I can, have the same name. So that's a 41, 65, 70, 80. Let's go look at that. See what we collected. 41, 65, 70, 80. On the call side, 41, 65, 70, 80. I think that's what it was. So what did we collect in that one? We collected $1.90. So that was nice, right? So we collected 185. All right, so let's weasel our way out of this. Move it a little bit. Cancel replace order. So let's go 75, 80. Let's just get out of it. All right, I may just let that work for a while. But I hope everybody sees what I'm saying. I would rather not take max loss. Now I'm actually going into the process of looking at some, I'm being a little more better steward of market direction than what I anticipate. I'm no soothsayer.
Don't open it yet because it's for Father's Day.
For Father's Day.
Open it on Father's Day.
I will open it on Father's Day, baby. I love you. So we'll let that work a while. All right, so I think, y'all, we have, other than that working, I've done everything that I need to do here. So let's just look at our Greeks in total again and sit and admire them for a second as we are portfolio managers so that we can go off and go to the school and pick up garbage today. So we're a little bit short deltas. We're positive theta. We're positive vega. We're up $90 on the day, which is basically letting theta do its thing. Remember, theta is Homer Simpson going to the bank and saying, "Hand me my $80, right? That's what he's done. How is he able to do that? Well, we have negated the effect of delta. That is Superman inside the bank telling everybody, get on your belly, nobody be a hero. So Superman's doing his thing. Then what is Vega doing? Vega's doing his thing. Who is Vega? He's Batman. He's our drive away. He's keeping the SWAT team at bay. He's not causing us any problem whatsoever, which allows theta right here, Homer Simpson, to bring in his $80 that he's supposed to bring in a day. He is outperforming himself because of the wonderful work of Vega and Delta. So if you got that, you can run a $1 billion hedge fund. You can run a $2,000 hedge fund on these three things plus whatever your buying power is. Boom. All right. Now, let's go and let's look at the other portfolio because I got some issues today. I took me some profits on a calendar spread, right? I only had 14 days left in it. So I bought it for $35.85 in SPX. I closed it and collected bought it for $35.85. I collected the credit to $37.75. It tells me I had a total profit of $190 on that. Boom. Calendar trade, you did your job on the call side. Okay. So that's what, now after I did that, what happened? So I did that trade earlier today. Let me make sure you see that activity. So that was filled, right? I brought in $37.75. Bingo. Made my $190. But now I've got a problem. what's the problem? My assumption, we change this account up once a week, right? But I do control the deltas once a day by putting on broken wing butterfly. So I'm a little too short deltas here. Now here's where I've got my problem. What is my problem? I've got negative vega. So Batman is still in the cave. He is eating mosquitoes and insects, getting ready to come to our, to the bank. But Homer's trying to collect his 130 today. Homer is actually doing a very, very good job, right? He's up $430. He's up $421. He's doing his stuff, but we are exposed. It's kind of like when I'm in the hospital, as I have been several times, and they put that little gown on you that doesn't cover up your buttocks. And next thing you know, they say, "Okay, Mr. Gaines, we're gonna get up today, and we're just gonna take a little stroll. Okay, hon, we're gonna take a stroll." And you start taking a stroll, and you say, "Hey, we got a draft in the back, baby. We got a draft in the back." And they have to get you a bigger little thing. "Oh, that is so sweet, baby." I says, "I love that. Oh, did you draw that? Oh, you so sweet." All right, baby. Love you. You're a good play. Okay. So why don't we do this? We've got, let's see, we're up 6,200. We've got a little bit of buying power. We don't have a lot. And if we were to put a calendar on, we're not going to have a lot either, right? So I would like to increase my delta and make my vega be more positive, right? Or at least not negative 362. So Homer can do his dang job. So it worked well the first time. So why don't we do this? Let's go to trade tab. Jeez Louise. Let's clear everything out. I was playing with stuff earlier. So does anybody know? This is guys where y'all start making the money, right? This is where Matt Jolly Wally starts. I mean, he's a hedge fund manager. Y'all are hedge fund managers. Ken's a hedge fund manager. Stacy's hedge fund manager. Dwayne's a hedge fund manager. We're all hedge fund managers. Smitty, when he watches this, he's a hedge fund manager. We all got our own hedge fund. So what do? You got to know what to put in to give me positive deltas, positive vega, and contribute to theta. If you don't know, why don't we look at a long call calendar and see if it does what we need it to do. So let's hit go. And then we'll see this in the table mode, which is a little easier for me to see. Now, I'm actually going to clear it because in calendars, it's easier for me to put them on like I was taught from Tasty Trade. Remember, Bobby I don't have an original idea in my bones. I follow what I've learned from Tasty Trade. I have learned some things, though, that I don't want to do Tasty Trade. But what I'm doing is I'll go out about 60 days. Okay, this is what I was taught. So let's go out to 58 days. And I will go, if I'm wanting positive deltas, then I'm going to go out to about the 40% probability of being out of or in the money. Okay, about the 40%. And that would give me the 4260. So I'm going to buy, so we hit the ask of the 4260 at 60 days out. All right, help me remember 4260. So now we got to go about 30 days out. So we go to about 30 days out. So that'd be 28, right? So if we go to 58, go 30 days in, that'll go 28 days. You know, I could do the 30, but I kind of like keeping 30 days between them. Just my preference. You could go either way here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to sell the 4260. So let's do that. Let's sell the 4260 here. So we click on the bid, right? So we're going to click that. Now, this should give us a nice little calendar. What's this going to do? All right, so we're in SPX. I think this is going to give us 6.08 SPX deltas. Multiply that by 10, and that's going to give us 60 positive deltas. Groovy. It's going to increase our theta by $11. So we're going to allow Homer to get an additional $11 into his daily bag. And does it show what it's going to do on Vega? Does it show it? Does it show it? It doesn't show it. But now the only problem with this particular trade, y'all, is it's going to take up, $3,230 in buying power. 3230 times 100. That's the buying power. Do I have it? Yeah, but it takes up a lot of buying power. So if you don't need that much Vega, what could you do this in? You could do this in XSP, IWM, SPY. You could do it in the E-minis. You could do it in the micros. I mean, all kind of ways that you can do this. But this, I need that big chunk. I want this big chunk in my little portfolio. So let's send it. Review and send. Let's look at it again. 3230 is the buying power. It's going to reduce my buying power by that. Let's send it. Now, watch right here. Watch what happens when we get filled. This is the cool part, right? You see negative delta. You see negative Vega 361. Watch there. Let's change it. Come on, baby. Fill me. I say fill me. Oh, we'll get it filled. I'll have to pay a little bit more. Keep watching those Greeks up there. Well, I must have got filled. Well, we did get filled. How come I didn't get a little cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching? No. That was an earlier trade I did today. All right, here we go. Working trade. Here we go. There we go. So I got to bump it up a little bit. So replace order. Keep watching the Greeks just in case we get. So we're going to pay a little more. 32.45. See if that'll get us. Watch the Greeks. Negative 37. We are filled, baby. Now we're positive 24. Just like we anticipated. We took Vega down from 361 negative to negative 143. And we increased our theta so that Homer can do his job. Here's Homer. Batman has shown up, y'all. Remember, we were negative 360 something. And look at the deltas now. Boy, we are pretty much delta negative. Delta neutral. Okay, so that's good. So we put on that trade. So now we've got $1,400 of buying power. We could put on a broken wing butterfly. We could start we could do the micros. We could sell a micro, right? How much buying power would that take? 4. Excuse me. Goodness. My wife Bess gets all upset about me when I sneeze. She says, give me a warning. She says, you sound like a high school cheerleader at a homecoming day. It's really embarrassing. Whew, man. All right, so why don't we see if we can do a little broken wing butterfly that would get us a little bit more positive delta. Just a tad, right? We got $1,400 of buying power. We do have one of our broken wing butterflies that will expire today. Check that baby out. How we analyzing. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's just put on another one. So we got some openings here, y'all. Can we put one in the 12? Let's try it. So we'll go a long call, long put butter. Change that to put, long put butterfly. Go. 12 days out. So let's see if we can find one. Normally, I put this at about the 30% probability of being in the money. So let's move these strikes down till we see that in about the 30. There, exactly. 30%, right? Now let's check our strikes. We want it to only be 5 wide on the top, 10 on the bottom. So can't do that. We got to move it up 1. So we're going to move our strikes closer so that we can have 5 wide here, right? 10 wide on the backside. That is a broken wing butterfly, even though it looks like a regular butterfly here. Because we got 10 wide on the backside and 5 wide on the upside. So that gives us negative or positive 15 deltas, right? Because this is SPX delta. So we would expect that to go from 19 to 34 positive. Gives us a little bit of theta, and it will have negative Vega. So let's try to work that at 95. Watch our Greeks. Watch our Greeks. We're expecting that to go up to about 34. Oh, man. Got to work it. Replace order. Let's try to collect 90 cents, see if that'll work. Watch this. There we're filled. Now we're 35, just what we thought. We said we'd be 34. We're 35. Vega is a little bit, a little bit negative. It's not out of control. and we got nice positive theta. And furthermore, this account is up $6,295, $425 on the day. How does Daddy do it? My greatest work seems to be in this particular account, but we're getting there. In another one, right? We're getting there. We just got to remember. I mean, the deltas, all of this isn't really. I mean, the theta is not as great in this account as in the other one. We realize that, but the delta is a little more balanced, and we have positive beta. So the draw. There are you got to. I mean, there are good points to each account. So now we're going positive delta, a little bit negative vega, but nice positive theta in this account. So how am I making those decisions? Kind of going week by week, y'all. And what we're doing is we're looking at the chart. We're looking a lot at what Blake has taught us. Let's give Blake so much credit for this. Blake has taught us how to construct what we call a big green monster that shows us that price is very fairly balanced, right? We're in a fair value here. And what have I done? The only thing I've done is added the volume profile. I don't think Blake uses that a lot. Corey Rosenblum uses it quite a bit. I like it. And when we see something like this, you see that the most volume has been traded within where this red line is and in these areas. I'm definitely sure that price is fairly balanced. Now, look what's happened since we've been on the air together. What's happened? Looks like price has dipped below the 20, but I'm not concerned. We'll look at it again tomorrow. We're now looking for it to stay above the 50 and stay above these. So when we started, we were above all of those, which gave us neutral to bullish vibes. Now we're teetering on the 20 over the last 10 days. But still, I'm putting a lot of weight on price being fairly priced. We're not oversold and we're not overbought. We are just right. We are at Goldilocks. Oh, baby, that is so sweet. Give me a hug. I love that. Now, that's Sky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you open the card?
I did not open the card. I'm waiting for Father's Day. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Does anybody have a trade that y'all want some input on? Something you got expiring today? Something you're thinking about putting on? I mean, because that's what you are. You are your own hedge fund managers, y'all. We look at the forest, right? The forest is great. The forest is looking awesome. I mean, in fact, look at their theta of 85, the profit and loss per day, 83. I mean, it's going up and down. But Homer is able to go to the bank and say, give me all your money. How much money is he getting today? $90. It's about right what he's collecting because Vega is neutralized and Delta is neutralized. If Delta were, negative 400, then he's not able to do what he needs to do. If Vega is negative 600, he's not able to do what he needs to do. If we can just keep these two things balanced, and it really is a balancing act, y'all. We come in here each and every day with these three numbers, 1, 2, 3, and now we're looking at option buying power, how much we got left to make our decisions. And it's really a sweet, sweet, sweet thing. And if we can ever just get this in, so you may have an account and you're doing just the macros every day, and you're going to have positive deltas. Do something to offset that. Do your VIX hedge, do your Black Swan hedges, do something to neutralize your delta, neutralize your Vega, so that Homer can go up to the teller and tell him that he needs a little bit of money for the day. You start thinking of it that way, you're ahead of the curve with so many things in portfolio management. All right, any questions? Anything at all? Did y'all enjoy the session last night? Any questions on the Black Swan hedge or what we're doing?
I had to leave a little early, and I think my internet was giving me issues. So between my internet and my daughter just not wanting to go to sleep, I missed probably 3/4 of it. So
Well, let me just kind of give you in a nutshell what he was talking about last night. Basically, what he was saying is this: most of what he was saying is there is a put back ratio spread is nothing new, y'all. It's just nothing new, right? That's what he said. And what he said is that most people, doing a put back ratio spread would do something like, like this, where you're going to say, okay, let me sell one and buy two. And it doesn't matter where you do it at. So let's say if I'm going to sell one for $5, here's what they would do. They'll sell one. Now, to do a put back ratio spread, most people now are going to say, okay, if I'm selling one for 5, that means that I need to buy two at $2.50 so that I can put this on for for equal, right? For nothing. So then you go down and you go, let me find one where I can do it for 250. Well, 235. So then hit the control button, hit that one, and then you're going to sell one. Let's make this custom. So you're going to sell one and buy two, right? And you can do that for 15-cent credit. So this is what the majority of the world would say a put back ratio trade is. Only one problem, right? You're putting it on for even or slight debit or slight credit as price changes. But look how far these strikes are. So you're 360 points wide. Well, if we were to analyze this trade, so let's analyze it. So I'm going to summarize in, 10 minutes what we spent 40 minutes on last night. So let's look at ES. I say let's look at ES. Unbelievable. There we go. ES. And we're going to hide trades so we can show simulations, right? Hide positions. So we only see simulations. Single symbol. All right, here we go. Let's do false step on this thing. Let's increase this thing up. Looks pretty good all right off though, doesn't it? Let's go even higher so we can see that. All right, so basically, what we're saying is that the lift power of this particular trade, here's current price, 42.05 on the ES. If price goes down to 3,700, still shows that the trade is up. But what he was saying basically is that, this trade becomes so much stronger if you can change this to be not 1 to 2. So, selling 1, buying 2. But if you do it in this fashion, where you're selling 3, you're buying 5, and it's just based on his little back testing. And then instead of, the 30/60, you're moving this thing up to the, 30/10. Let's see if we can find it there. 30/10. There it is. 30/10. So that these are only 50 points wide, right? Now, of course, you got a bigger shabugle there, a bigger debit. But let's look at this trade. Analyze trade. Oh, no wonder I got too many down there. Hold on a second. Let's move all that. So we got a 3-5 single. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. Who's trading Blackberry? Okay, so here, let's look at the 1-2 now. I knew it looked too strong. Let's look at the 1-2. The traditional. Yeah, it still looks kind of good, doesn't it? So here's price here. Let me change that to, no, that's fine. No. Let me change it again. Hold on a second, guys. Don't get frustrated. Like I'm getting frustrated. Let's change that to ES instead of the particular expiration. Now I've got my price slices set there. So let's say price goes down to 3,700 here. All right. Get off that. I don't want to see all this garbage over here. There we go. So looks like that trade, if volatility popped up, that would be up what, $5,000?
Dad, when do we go to the beach again?
$4,855. We'll probably go to the beach on Friday or Saturday, baby. Okay.
No, when do we go to that lake?
We'll go back to the lake on Friday or Saturday. I promise. If the weather's good. So that's up about $5,000. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to show you right that the black swan hedge would be much higher. Right? So let's look at our 3.5. And what would that be? At the same $3,700 level. There you go. So instead of 5,000 up, you're up 23,000. And that same, by doing it the black swan hedge way, if volatility increased the same much, or roughly 25,000. Now, we didn't do the $3 and all of that, but I think you get the point of what we're talking about. So really, Matt, that's what you missed last night. What we'll do next Tuesday is we'll actually look at the first variation of the black swan hedge. So there's different ways that you can put it on. I've even talked about the way that we initially started the trade was to do it diagonally. Some of y'all have done it diagonally. Diagonally is what worked. I mean, I never filled a long in the same expiration as the short back in March of 2020, and the trade worked fabulously. So, but don't think of it as I always worry about when we do these specific trades, I don't want anyone to go, well, this one that Bobby showed is the ultimate of all trade. Even I've looked at the Bain system and go, wow, that thing is really knocking it out of the park. But even so, I'm tendering it or governing its performance by trading options around it, because I believe so heavily that even in a portfolio that's got all ETFs or stocks, that these things are still important. Right? That if you only got stocks, you do have delta, but you don't have any vega or theta. Well, I like theta because theta is where Homer goes up to the bank teller. We got to let him do that. So you can trade a combination of different things. And what can we trade? We've talked about trading a lot of things. We trade ETFs, we trade stocks, we trade options, and we trade futures and futures options. So there's a variety of, we don't care what the tool is to get us where we need to be. What we're doing is showing a lot of different ways to skin this cat. There's a lot of different ways to start, making $6,300 in 2 months, which is where we're at with that. March 29th, April, May 20. Yeah, we're 2 months in. A little over 2 months, $6,300 up on that one. What are we doing on this one? We're churning. But we are now in a position where we're going from churn. And keep in mind, what I'm doing in this account is what I did last year and did phenomenal. So we've got to be able to pivot. We did a whole session on there's a fine line between pivoting and chasing. We don't want to chase the next shiny trade. You and I realize that any trade that we put on is simply a combination of puts and calls. And you buy them or you sell them. And we do all of it. Now, when we buy them, I don't like buying options, right? But when I do, I sell something against it to finance it. That's what I'm doing. I'm in the process of buying something, then I'm going to sell something to finance that purchase, because it's all about cost basis reduction. So, we can look at this particular account and go, well, it hadn't done all that well. Well, what have we done? We've pivoted. Now we are pivoting. We are pivoting to a point that we've added some other spicy stuff into it, where we had a long 3-week deliberation process where I said, am I chasing? Am I chasing something? And I finally concluded I'm not. I'm doing a very well thought out pivot. We still got 7 months left in this year to get this thing righted. We hadn't lost money. We just hadn't made money in this particular account. So what are we doing? We pivot. And that's what you do. You are money managers, whether it's your money, it's someone else's money, you're a money manager and you've got to think and pivot. Can you imagine, y'all, the typewriter company? I don't even know who made typewriters or what the name of the company is. I've used a lot of typewriters in my time. But can you imagine being the typewriter when the personal computer comes out and you go, well, by God, people will always need typewriters. They will. And we will always be here for those people. Well, that's fine. You can be in that type of environment and go out of business or miss out on you may still sell 10 typewriters a year, but think of the money you missed out on by not pivoting. The great classic pivot is Sears. The failure to pivot was Sears. We've talked about Sears and Roebuck and the catalog, and my mama being just as happy as she could be to get that thick catalog to come in. Why? Because that meant that she would be able to order stuff. And after she orders stuff out of the catalog, they take it down to the two-seater. And you'd have toilet paper for the next few months with your catalog. And did I ever sit in Mama's two-seater? Oh, I mean, Mama, she had 100 and something acres of land. She thought she was poor, but she was real estate rich, right? And Mama had a two-seater up until the last probably 10, 15 years of her life. And I loved going in there to the two-seater and looking at the Sears catalog. We didn't have toilet paper in there. We had a Sears catalog. And Sears was the Amazon of the 20th century. They sold houses. They sold everything. I mean, anything you think of. I mean, they sold it and they would ship it to you. And then came the internet. And what Sears failed to do was pivot. If they had pivoted, if they could have seen, and they rested on their laurels, so to speak, right? Well, we're a catalog company and we sell and we make money by providing financing for people so they don't have to pay, we'll finance the purchase. Oh man, if they could have embraced early on and become the Amazon of the 21st century, they would be even more dominant today. But yet you go to Oxford, Alabama, and you look at the mall and you see the old Sears sign torn down, and you see, where the sun had once shined on Sears, and you can still make out the lettering on the building. It's really tragic. And I even tell Beth, hey, look any day, see if you can buy something from Sears, because it hurts me to know that they're going out of business. They're literally going out of business because they failed to pivot. So you and I have to be pivotors. We're not chasing, we're just pivoting to put ourselves in the best position possible to make money. Because this is not a hobby, it's not a side hustle, it is business. We are businessmen and women. That's what we come into this market every day. We're going to attack it every day. We're going to go for it every day. And we know exactly what to do. And the cool thing is, you can do it in an hour. You can do it in 15, 20 minutes, right? And then go about your own little life, travel to wherever, Destin, Florida, or as I'll be going in a couple of weeks to, what's that place? Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to see all my South Carolinian friends. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. What's tomorrow, by the way?